Honey, I just got a call from the hospital. The nurse said Dad passed away a few minutes ago.
Oh my goodness. How did he pass away so suddenly?
He was doing okay last night when I visited him at the hospital. I thought he was out of the woods for the moment. His doctor said there seemed to be a couple more days, but things took a sudden downturn. His condition deteriorated so fast, and there was nothing the doctors could do for him. I wanted to be there for his last moments, but here I am being an undutiful daughter again. I regret not visiting and calling my sick dad more often. I used raising a child and supporting my husband as an excuse, but looking back now, I realized that I was too selfish. I thought I was doing my best, but now I feel like I fell short. On the day he was first diagnosed with colon cancer, I felt like my world was falling apart. He was my rock and only family after my mom's passing early in my childhood. He was everything I had, and the thought of losing him killed me. I remember feeling completely lost and helpless, like I didn't know what to do or how to help him. Over the years, I somehow got tired of watching him go through chemotherapy, hospitalization, and discharges, and I wasn't there when he might need me. I blame myself for not being there for him during those difficult times. He was there by himself all alone. I should have visited him more often and called him more frequently to check in and see how he was doing. I can't even imagine how he must have felt being sick all alone. It's such a relief to know that he'd be happy in a place without pain, but my heart can't accept the reality that I can't see him anymore. I wish I could have been there for him more, and that I could have eased his suffering in some way, because just like he was all I had, I was all he had. I hope that he knew how much I loved him and that he forgives me for not being there for him as much as I should have been. I miss him already, but I hope that he's at peace now.
Don't blame yourself. Do you hear me? It wasn't your fault. You weren't able to be there for Jerry's last moments because I was away from home on a business trip. You couldn't help it. Sarah has developmental disabilities and you were already overwhelmed by taking care of her. You had to be there for her because you're her mom. If you need to blame someone, blame me. I could have been there for Sarah, so you could have been there for Jerry if I wasn't on a business trip. I'm sure he understood your situation. He's your father and he loved you more than anything in the world.
Do you think so? Would he understand?
Of course he would, so don't beat yourself up too much and blame yourself. Just wait for me, I'll be right there. You're the only child, so I'll be there on your behalf for the funeral to greet the guests.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it.
By the way, didn't he have a lot of assets? Didn't you hear anything about it?
I don't know yet.
How much do you think it would be?
He invested in stocks and had a townhouse as well. He also had savings and CDs, so I assume it would be worth about $1 million total. But I'll be able to find out the details when I speak to the lawyer.
What a jackpot! He left us such a great gift.
What's wrong with you? Are my dad's assets really that important? What is this uncomfortable feeling that seems like you're more interested in his assets than in the sadness of his passing?
Oh, that's impossible. You know well that I've always thought of your father as my own father. It's just that losing such a great father like him is more heartbreaking and painful for me than for anyone else. So don't misunderstand me and make me feel sad. I remember when I first met him. He greeted me with a big smile and a hug that made my heart warm. I was so nervous about meeting your father for the first time, but his smile comforted me so much. Although I didn't express my affection towards him very much, I loved him as my own father. I miss him as much as you do.
Thank you for saying that. It comforts my heart.
A sure thing, Brenda. I'll be there for you and stand next to you strongly. I'll protect you, so don't worry about anything, okay?
Glad to hear that. Drive safely and see you soon. Hello. I'm an ordinary housewife who's been married for 15 years and has a 9-year-old daughter with developmental disabilities. My husband and I met at our first job after college and got married after dating for about a year. We almost gave up on having a child, but a precious life came to us when we least expected it, and we were overjoyed. This was Sarah. However, she was born with developmental disabilities. My husband can be somewhat selfish and temperamental, and we had many arguments in the early days of our marriage. However, I tried to understand him because I thought that raising a child with developmental disabilities will also be emotionally challenging for him. I took care of our daughter's treatment entirely by myself, by seeing the doctor and taking her to the therapist twice a week, and I tried not to burden him unless it was absolutely necessary. Looking back now, it was foolish, but I felt like I was responsible for giving birth to a child with developmental disabilities, even though I knew it wasn't my fault. When my father passed away, my husband comforted me and said he would willingly take care of me. I was touched by his words, without knowing what was waiting ahead of me. I couldn't have imagined what kind of twists and turns were waiting for me ahead. Where are you, David? Where did you go in the middle of the funeral? Weren't you welcoming the guests?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Something urgent came up, so I stepped out for a second. Sorry for not giving you a heads up.
What kind of urgent matter?
It's nothing important. You don't need to worry about it. I'll be back before you know it, so please welcome the guests instead of me while I'm out here. It won't take long.
Who is that woman you're with?
What? What woman? Is that a joke? It is not funny, honey. That joke is not funny at all when we're in the middle of your father's funeral.
I'm talking about that woman you couldn't stop kissing in the car. Who was that slut doing inappropriate stuff with you in my car?
I said it's not funny. I think you've watched too many soap operas. Are you making jokes to try force a smile because the sadness of losing your father is too much? But I am not finding it funny. Such jokes shouldn't be made even for the sake of making jokes.
I said stop playing around and tell me straight what's going on. Don't get me mad. You don't want me to get mad right now.
I mean, what kind of woman are you talking about? I understand that you're going through a hard time because of Jerry, but don't you think it's unfair for me if you make an irrational guy in a situation like this?
How can you be so mischievous and shameless? How dare you bring a woman to my father's funeral and engage in such filthy behavior? Do you think I'm a joke?
What filthy behavior are you talking about? Do you have any evidence? Do you have any evidence showing I engaged in such inappropriate behavior with another woman? I'm not going to stand it anymore if you keep accusing me of what I didn't do when you don't even have the evidence. Do you understand? I won't let it happen even if it's you. You can't falsely accuse me or insult me out of nowhere.
I have a photo in my hand right now of you doing dirty things with that woman wearing vulgar makeup and a cheap dress. I have the evidence in my hand of what you're denying.
Oh, how could you possibly have a photo when you must be hectic taking care of the guests? How in the world were you able to follow me to the parking lot and saw me? That doesn't make any sense.
That's right. I was busy taking care of the guests. But do you know who wasn't? Sarah. Didn't you realize she followed you? She said she saw her dad heading out, so hurriedly she followed you. She followed you all the way to the parking lot, calling out Dad on her way, but you weren't able to hear her, probably because you were too excited to see your mistress. She told me with a frightened face that her daddy enthusiastically kissed a stranger in the car.
Did Sarah really say that?
She said she had no idea what her daddy was doing exactly, but she knew that it was a bad thing to do. She thought she needed to take the picture so she could show it to me. Are you sure you're a dad when you showed such disgusting behavior to your daughter?
Are you saying it was possible for Sarah to do all of that when she has developmental disabilities? I thought she was just a fool with mental problems, so it's pretty unexpected. Are you sure she has developmental disabilities? Did you play me by coming up with excuses for her being sick to stay home because you didn't want to work?
What the hell is the matter with you? Do you even know what you're saying?
Well, that seems to be the truth. How can someone with developmental disabilities can take a photo? Isn't that difficult for even a normal kid without disabilities?
Do you know how much effort I've put in for Sarah? I even quit my job to focus on her to see the doctors and go to therapy at least twice a week. Did you even know that there are different levels of disability within developmental disorders? Sarah is at the level where she's capable of living a mostly normal life. She can distinguish what's right and wrong, and that's why she was able to think to leave evidence by taking a photo. And yet you didn't even care enough about your own daughter to realize that. Do you still think you have the right to call yourself a father?
What responsibility are you talking about? It's your responsibility because you're the one who gave birth to her. You have no right to complain about it. So why did you give birth to a defective baby like her to begin with? You should have given birth to a normal child like everyone else. Then you could go on and have a job and you didn't have to put in any kind of effort. Taking care of your sick child is your job as a mother. Why are you trying to pass the blame onto me? You're just trying to blame me for something you caused. Stop blaming others and take responsibility for your own actions.
I never blamed others. Sarah has been my everything from the moment she was born. She is a gift from God, whether she's a child with developmental disabilities or not. She is the best gift I've ever gotten. I'm thankful for her every day. So, stop talking about her or the responsibilities and change the subject. Since when was it? Since when were you cheating on me behind my back? Didn't you have the decency to wait at least until the funeral was over? Why did you have to bring her to my father's funeral?
Why do you want to know? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to divorce me or something? Now your father has passed away. Are you sure you're ready to be an orphan after getting a divorce? Are you trying to make Sarah grow up without a father like you who struggled to grow up without a mother?
A dad like you who's so despicable and didn't even bother to stop his disgusting behavior with another woman in front of his daughter doesn't have to exist. I'm saying a dad who's not ashamed of showing such behavior in front of his daughter doesn't have to exist. Actually, she'll be better off without someone like you.
What did you say?
She told me everything. She happened to have eye contact with you, but you pretended not to see her and then continued to kiss that bitch in front of her. Why did you have to do that? Pretending not to see her and knowing that she already saw everything. Didn't you consider the pain and confusion she would feel? Are you still lying about it and pretending it didn't happen when she witnessed everything?
Do you trust a single word spoken by a kid with developmental disabilities? Are you that stupid? Now I can tell that her disabilities came from you. I never knew you were that stupid. Then it's a marriage fraud because you never told me you had mental disabilities.
I'm so shocked that I can't even speak. After all this, you're now accusing me of being retarded and committing marriage fraud? Sarah may have a developmental disability, but she doesn't make things up out of nowhere. How dare you give my precious 9-year-old daughter a painful wound that she'll never forget? I will never forgive you for this.
Do you still not realize that it's all your fault? You only cared about Sarah and your father's illness, so I had no choice but to seek comfort from another woman because I was so lonely. It's not wrong for me to seek the attention, comfort, and love that you couldn't give me from another woman, is it? It's like going to an orthopedic doctor when my shoulder, back, or legs hurt. I just happened to meet a woman who filled the void in my heart and my need for love. Don't you even understand such a thing as my wife? You should have paid more attention to me. Everything happened because you were negligent about me. I told you to look at yourself before blaming others.
Are you blaming me for your infidelity? Who's the one that just ate and watched TV and played games and refused to even have a conversation with me? What was that again? You felt empty and wanted love? Do you think I didn't feel the same way? I also wanted comfort and love just like you did. But when I tried to fill that void for you, did you ever try to accept it? Who was the one that wouldn't even look at me or say a word when you came home and just ate the food I prepared for you and watched TV and played games? Are you trying to deny your own actions and blame it all on me?
You were gonna fill me up? Oh, don't make me laugh. I have my own fantasies about women. Even if I'm starving, I don't have so much of an appetite that will make me eat anything in my sight. I'm sorry that I'm not physically attracted to a shrunken, skinny body without curves on withered skin. You have a face covered in wrinkles, freckles, and fatigue, and you wear loose and shabby clothes all the time. I'm sorry that I'm not physically attracted to your pitiful, plain, and lowly woman like you.
Hold on. What on earth are you babbling about so excitedly? Do you honestly think that your lack of involvement in parenting and household chores has nothing to do with my weight loss? If you had been more proactive in helping out around the house, maybe I wouldn't have had to become the shrunken, skinny body without any curves. It's not like I enjoy looking like a walking skeleton, you know? And don't even get me started on the fact that I'm basically running this entire household on my own. Taking care of a sick child is hard enough as it is. But when you add in all the other responsibilities like taking care of your parents, cooking, cleaning, and everything else, it's no wonder I haven't been able to gain any weight. Yet here you are acting like you have no idea what's going on. Oh, and let's not forget about the fact that we're both getting older. Did you really think that you could just pop a beauty pill and magically maintain the same appearance you had 15 years ago? Newsflash, that's not how it works. Look in the mirror and know your place. Do you think all the nonsense you just said justifies your infidelity? Did you actually believe everything you said makes sense?
Infidelity? If anything, staying married to you is infidelity to her. Don't you dare insult my love with such vulgar words just because you find it hard to listen to. Falling in love is not a crime, especially when life feels suffocating and bleak. It's the first time in a long while that I felt butterflies in my stomach. She fills my emptiness and gives me a love that no one else in this world can. Don't all men experience this kind of love at least once in their lifetime? I mean, don't we all need to experience this kind of love? Once my heart's battery is fully charged with love, I was gonna stop. So why couldn't you wait patiently instead of foolishly creating this mess? Is there anything good that comes out of bickering with each other? Haven't you heard the saying, 3 years of deafness, 3 years of blindness for married couples who spend their entire lives together? If we're gonna be together for the rest of our lives, wouldn't it be wiser for you to embrace your husband with your broad mind, pretend to be deaf or blind to certain things, and move on with a forgiving heart? You ran towards me like this, looking for a fight, but what good does it do? Won't you be the only one who becomes more miserable in the end?
Are you talking about a century ago? Why should I endure and pretend not to see such a dirty sight when I'm perfectly capable of everything? Do you even bother yourself to take care of Sarah or do household chores? You're not needed anyway. Or rather, it will be better if you were not here. Sarah and I would be better off without you. Do you have any idea how hard it is for me to raise someone else's grown-up son, let alone my own sick baby? I don't understand why you're so confidently talking to me when all you know how to do is eat, sleep, and use the bathroom when you're in your 40s. Take this opportunity to divorce me and meet as many women as you want to satisfy your desires. Go back to your mother and stay with her, who still quarrels with me about losing her son to me. It's for your own good, so hurry up and find your way out of here.
That sounds like a plan. We should go through the property division sooner than later to make that happen, shouldn't we? Hand me half of what your father left. It'll be about $500,000, right? I'm gonna divorce you as fast as today, as long as you give me that money.
You've got to be kidding me. You think even a dime of that is going to you? Why would a complete stranger like you covet my family's property? Your greed is so excessive that it's disgusting. Can you please be more appropriate?
Didn't Jerry always say that a son-in-law is also a son? He said he considered me as his own son. I'm entitled to the property because I'm his son. He thanked me 1,000,000 times for being responsible for his daughter and granddaughter, so this is how he should repay me. You didn't forget how grateful he was to me, did you?
I don't think so. He didn't like his son-in-law because he knew how you were to me and Sarah. So he was just trying to flatter you, hoping his words would make you a decent human being. You're incredibly stupid for not even understanding the meaning behind his words. By the way, I met with the lawyer this morning. He informed me that my dad wrote a will a long time ago stating all of his assets are to be passed down only to me. How much of a poor and insufficient son-in-law must you have been for him to have drawn such a clear line and guarded me and his assets against you so perfectly? I'm crying again at my dad's deep love for his unworthy daughter. I may have been an insufficient daughter, but my father was a wonderful father until the very end of his life.
Damn it! He really did hit the nail on the head like a sly fox. All this time, Jerry had been sweet-talking me, calling my name with a smile and complimenting me. But behind my back, he was up to no good, huh? As they say, you can know the path of a snake in the grass, but you can't know what's in a person's heart. It was amazingly correct. I had no idea he would stab me in the back. How dirty and despicable.
Hey, I'm the one who's supposed to say that to your ugly face. Don't you dare speak ill of him with your treacherous, despicable, and contemptible mouth. You haven't bothered to pay him a visit even once during his long time of illness, have you? Who the hell do you think you are talking about getting stabbed in the back? My father should be the one who wasn't able to close his eyes peacefully because he was worried about his daughter and granddaughter. It was such a relief that he was able to see the true side of you and wrote a will a long time ago. If he'd not done that, he wouldn't have been able to close his eyes even in the afterlife because he felt so unfair.
Okay then, we don't get a divorce then. We're still legally married if we don't get a divorce, which means I have rights to your father's assets along with you. I'll stop cheating and seeing other women and be faithful to you and Sarah. That's what you want, right? Happy now? Then your father will peacefully go to heaven or whatever without worrying about anything. Isn't that the least good you can do for him?
Why are you such a parasite? I know you love money so much, but please preserve dignity like any human should do. I'm saying I want to get rid of you. Don't you understand English? How much simpler do I have to explain it to an adult in his 40s? I'm saying I want to break up with you, who doesn't know how to help or doesn't have the willingness to help with household chores or childcare. I'm saying I don't want to live with you anymore, who never loved his own daughter, but showed her things that shouldn't be shown. I'm saying I don't even want to talk to you anymore, you who only knows how to eat, sleep, drink, and cheat. But I don't know why you don't know when to step away. How much longer should I go on before you understand? How much more miserable do you have to become before you give up?
Let me give you a piece of advice. Don't rely solely on Jerry's assets like a fool. Do you need to experience how miserable your life will be as a widow raising a developmentally disabled daughter for the rest of your life? Do you think you can live with just $1 million until the day you die? You might end up being scammed and lose everything. Do you think someone who has been a mom and a housewife for the past 10 years can manage that money well? $1 million is not as much money as you think. Do you understand?
I have a lot more than you do, so keep your lectures to yourself, okay? Stop with the nonsense and go home and pack your stuff right frickin' now. I'm gonna sell the house that my dad bought for me, and I'm gonna move into his place with Sarah. You should run to your mom's arms since you're not welcome with me or Sarah anymore. Ask your mom to hold you warmly and tightly as you feel empty and hungry for love, okay? The car you have been having filthy stuff with your mistress is what my dad bought me. So I want you to drag her out of my car and hand the keys to me immediately. I don't care who she is and how she ended up with you. Just get her out of my car. For the inside of my car that you two damaged, I'll get the estimates and file for compensation for damages tomorrow. I'll also file for alimony for the dirty adultery you committed, so be prepared for it.
Oh no. Oh, why did things turn out like this, honey? Maybe I was crazy. I must have done everything wrong, and I'll make sure something like this never happens again. I'll go back to the funeral right now and greet the guests properly and send Jerry off to heaven with sincerity. Please forgive me. I'm begging on my knees for you to forgive me.
Don't even think about coming back to the funeral. I'll have my cousins beat the crap out of you. After what happened, I got what I wanted, a divorce from my husband and custody of my daughter. My ex-husband willingly gave up the custody of Sarah, saying he never needed or wanted such a girl with developmental disabilities in the first place. Seeing his shameless face made me relieved that I could divorce him before it was too late. Considering the fact that my daughter has more sensitivity and fears than normal children, she must have been emotionally shocked and hurt by what she witnessed. Therefore, we agreed that there would be no visitation between Sarah and her dad for a while. It's bittersweet that it was easy for us to agree on no visitation between Sarah and my ex-husband, because he didn't want to see her anyway. I am receiving child support regularly, though. On the other hand, I'm still doing my best for my daughter's treatment. I started working part-time as a cashier at a grocery store because I got bored staying at home while she was at school. For the happiness of my daughter and myself, I'm working with a smile today, too.
You don't have to come over to my sister's house anymore, so go ahead and head back home.
What are you talking about? Weren't you the one that wanted something to munch on while you had a drink? I'm already on my way back with some drinks and snacks, but now you're going to tell me that I don't need to come over? Are you going to go back home?
Nah, I'm gonna spend the night here, so you can just go back home for now. Don't worry about me. You didn't want to think about buying my nephew anything on your way here. Can't you read between the lines? You don't have the right to come over to my sister's either way, so don't come.
Are you serious? I was already annoyed and ticked off that you'd send me to the store to grab drinks and snacks when it was already 10 o'clock at night. I didn't want to cause a scene, even though I was already upset, so I went ahead and got on my way. But now what? You want me to go back home? You know it takes like an hour to drive from home to there.
No, I need to use the car tomorrow. Leave the car here and take a cab or a bus on your way back home.
And why do I have to do that? You're the one who wanted me to come over, even when I said I don't really feel like it. But now you want me to go back because I didn't get a gift for your nephew? What kind of treatment even is this?
The moment when you showed off how you didn't want to come here was the exact moment you messed up. How could you not bring a gift or something meaningful when my sister just gave birth? Fighting through the pain and the agony? You won't ever understand. She's so nice and gullible. There's a degree of you embarrassing me. But what kind of a woman are you? You have absolutely no common sense at all.
What do you even mean? I got them baby formula and diapers.
That's a given that you would get something like that in the first place. To a baby, eating and pooping are the two most basic things that they do. Weren't you ashamed and embarrassed of yourself for only thinking about the very basics and getting that as a gift for my precious sister? I could see that her face color was changing because she was so disturbed and incontinent. This is my first nephew we're talking about. You couldn't think about getting him something like a 24-karat gold bracelet or necklace? If you really couldn't think of something, you should have at least got him some clothes or whatever. But diapers and formula? What even are you?
And that's why I repeatedly asked you and your sister what the best gift would be. I asked for ideas, and the only thing that your sister wanted was some formula and diapers. She's the one that was talking about how families shouldn't use so much money on each other. Even though she told me that, I still wanted to show her some gratitude. So I gave her like $500 to congratulate her. What is the problem here now?
So the only thing that you could do was give her $500? When she went through a C-section and got her stomach cut open to give birth, that is all you could do? I see now. There's a reason why Ashley didn't look too good. Who the hell would like it and appreciate it if they gave you only $500 when you went through a hard time giving birth?
It is a big event and an accomplishment to give birth, but I'm not the center of attention here. Look, she can show off and milk it however much she wants, but why are you expecting me to bend over backwards and suit her needs for her? Also, when does $500 become a small amount of money to give to someone? Whenever something big like this happens or your nephew reaches a milestone, am I supposed to give out money like there's no tomorrow? If you want to give her something that bad, why not do it yourself? Go into your bank account and give her the money. Go ahead. We take care of our money individually. We don't share anything, and that's how it's been. So I don't know why you're trying to make me do all the spending when you're the one that actually takes credit for all of it.
Women are supposed to be the ones that take care of big events like these. My mom never let my dad get embarrassed in front of others whenever things like this happened.
And I don't want to be compared with your mom who took care of all the finances in the household.
Are you going to talk about that again? How many times do I have to tell you that people don't do that anymore and they take care of their finances individually? All of my friends take care of their money the same way that we do, and their wives never have a complaint about it. Why are you always complaining? That's all you do around here. Anyway, I don't want to have to deal with you anymore, so just go back home. Ashley told me that when she sees your face, she gets so upset that it hurts the cut that they made on her stomach. So stop it and leave us alone. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to stay here tomorrow and go straight to work on Monday, so I hope you know that.
What? We were gonna go to my parents because it's my mom's birthday tomorrow.
Birthdays come around every single year, but my sister just gave birth and needs company and rest. What's more important now? I need to help her get the baby to sleep after getting him to burp, so tell your parents that I can't come. This baby's only born a month ago, but he hates it when you put him down to sleep.
Yes, that's right. My husband is super affectionate and protective about his sister, more than anyone that I've ever met before. If it was Ashley talking, no matter how much nonsense she might spew, he'd believe her as if it was Jesus talking and he was Peter. Before I got married, the only thing that I could notice was that they were very kind to each other, unlike many other common siblings who aren't really all that close to each other, like how Felix and Ashley are. Ashley was also nice to me before I got married to Felix. But now that we are married, it's almost as if they've been planning amongst themselves to do so because they've changed 180 degrees on me. Every weekend, my husband would head over to Ashley's house as a routine, and Ashley started acting as if I didn't exist at all. She'd also passive-aggressively single me out in a way that the other people wouldn't notice. I'm a person too, so it slightly bothered me how close they were to each other. But I kept doubting myself that I'm the one that's being sensitive about this matter. I was gonna let things slide and just watch what happens later on. But it turns out that something like this happened today. I ended up going back home on a subway and went to my mom's birthday party on my own without Felix accompanying me. As I slowly realized that the feeling I had for my husband was disintegrating, a month later, I was on the way back home from work when I got a very disappointing text from my husband.
Ashley's gonna bring her baby to our house and she's gonna stay with us from now on. She came over because she had a huge fight with Jacob. Gosh, I just can't believe he would do this to a mom and a newborn. I'm not gonna forgive that prick. Screw him, how dare he hurt my sister like this?
You don't even know what the fight was about. Why are you judging and blaming her husband without even knowing yet?
What do I care? I already know that he's wrong. It doesn't matter. How could he disturb Ashley's peace when she needs the rest? It wouldn't be enough if he treated her like a queen already, but he wants to start an argument and kick her out of the house? He's not normal. Even if he comes back and begs and gets down on his knees for Ashley to go back home with him, I am not going to let her go. This is hideous. Anyway, I'm gonna let her stay at the house so you can pack your stuff and go hang out somewhere else. Maybe go chill with your parents. If they can't help you out, go find a smaller room for rent. I packed up your makeup and clothes and put them outside on the front door, so go on.
What are you even talking about now? You couldn't possibly be serious. Be for real. You think it's completely normal that you would kick your wife out so that your sister, who got into a huge argument with her husband, can come to stay with you in our house? Give me a reason why I should get out of my own dang house and find somewhere else to live. Give me a good one.
You don't even like my sister. You're jealous of how good our relationship is, and you hate to see us thriving. How would Ashley feel knowing that you don't like her and is jealous of her? She would feel so uncomfortable, obviously. I think you should just take your stuff and leave. That's what Ashley told me, and I think the same way too. So, go and find a place that you can stay at for a few months.
Are you really talking out of your mouth? Because this is so absurd. It's utterly unbelievable. You're telling me to pack my belongings and go find another place to stay.
Are you stupid, or is it just not clicking in your head right now? If you can't find a place right now, spend a few days at a hotel. It's not that difficult.
And I'm asking you why I need to go and scavenge for shelter to stay at like a caveman when I have my own house.
So I'm supposed to make my sister who just gave birth and her newborn stay at a hotel? I want to be able to help my family out when they're in times of need. Sharing is caring, and we need to look out for each other. Oh, also, don't forget to get a place that's under 10 minutes away from our house. It needs to be close enough so that you can come by and cook and clean.
Are you crazy? You're actually out of your mind right now, aren't you? Am I your sister's maid? Because why the hell do I have to cook and clean up after you guys after getting kicked out of my own house?
Well, there's nothing we can do about it right now. My sister hasn't recovered fully from her C-section and taken care of the baby at the same time. How would she be able to take care of the house too? You should be doing all of that for her either way without it being a discussion. Do I really need to tell you everything step by step? I'm begging you. Why can't you just treat my sister like she's your own blood like I do? I decided to marry you because I love you more than my sister that I've known for over 30 years. Shouldn't you be able to sacrifice for my sister like I did because you love me and don't want to see me struggle?
I can't listen to this anymore. Let's just stop it here. I understand that your siblings have a burning passion and love for each other, so I'm gonna go to the real estate office right now. Sorry for getting in between you and Ashley's boiling hot love, and I'm gonna remove myself respectfully so that I won't be of any more disturbance.
The real estate agent just came by the house to look at it. What's going on? I had no idea who they were, so I opened the door. And they said that they were there to take a look at the house and that the people are wanting to move in just next month, and so I should hurry up and move out. Like, what the hell? I never consented to this. How could they say that there are going to be people moving in next month, so I better pack my stuff and go? I am not letting this slide.
I'm the one that contacted them. Why would it be a problem for me to put the house out for sale when the person who owns the house can't even live in it? But anyway, there's already someone who wants to move into the house, I see. It was expected, though. It's at a good spot and it's a newly built home, so I knew someone would want it. It's pretty expensive, so I had no idea that it would get sold this quickly, but I'm glad things are working out smoothly.
What? You're selling the house? Why? For what reason?
I already told you why. It's because I don't even live inside the house that I own in the first place. Stop asking me the same questions like you're a parrot.
Even though you're not living in the house, my sister, my nephew, and I are still living there. How could you just put the house out for sale when you didn't even discuss anything with me first? Where are we supposed to go now?
Did you discuss with me about bringing your sister into my house and letting her live there while you kicked me out?
That's because they had no discussion to even have it in the first place. It's not like she can go back to my mom's house. It's literally a plane ride away. I'm the only person that Ashley has right now to lean on. It should be Jacob that you should be getting mad at, not my innocent sister.
Wow, so you're gonna blame Jacob for this. It's his fault that Ashley brought other men into the house and had fun with them while Jacob was gone for a business trip? And it's Jacob's fault that Ashley gave birth to one of the men's child that she was having fun with, and that's why Jacob kicked her out of the house. Right? That's exactly how this works.
What is this about now? Are you telling me that Ashley cheated on Jacob and had somebody else's son? No. Why would she even make up a lie like that? She's innocent. She would never do such gross things. It's obvious that Jacob is making stuff up so that he can blame it all on Ashley because he's embarrassed. Why would you believe in such lies like that?
All right, if you want to continue believing in your sister, then go ahead. No one's going to stop you. Don't believe in anybody else's words. Just go on and take care of your sister and her newborn like you always did. Make sure to find a new house on your own. Make enough money to pay for the rent on your own. And make enough money for the three of you to have enough food to eat.
I mean, my sister doesn't even know how to do house chores. She's never done it before in her life. You know that it wouldn't be enough for us three to live off my paycheck that I get now. She has a baby and the kids cost a lot. I need you to help me. I'll admit it was a little too rude of me to kick you out the house. Can you please come back? Forgive me, Anita.
Why would I go back to that house? Do you think I'm stupid enough to become you and your sister's maid that cooks and cleans for you two? I don't have anything to lose. I don't care about your sister. She's the one that cheated on her husband and put herself in this situation.
Is it really true that my sister cheated on Jacob?
If you really can't believe me, why not go and ask Jacob yourself? Ask him for proof or whatever. He should be able to show you. He's getting a divorce from Ashley, and he has a bunch of proof of her cheating on him as evidence to use when he's in court.
How is Ashley supposed to get a divorce? Who's going to take care of her? She doesn't have a job and doesn't have any money on her.
Why don't you help her out? You love her to death, don't you?
With what ability am I supposed to provide all of that for her? She'll need money to get the divorce too. I barely get paid enough for the both of us. The money already gets spent on this and that. How am I supposed to make enough money to help out Ashley too? Alright, as soon as this house gets sold, I'll go back to you. Does that sound good to you? I'm gonna tell Ashley to go back home to our parents' house with her baby. I'll be on my way after I do that. Let's just live in our world, okay? Would that make you happy?
So you're gonna come back and latch onto me now that your sister is in the wrong for the very first time. How could you be so wishy-washy like that? You're horrible. You are an opportunist and have no dignity. You were the one that wanted to think and care for your sister since I'm not blood related to you and she is, even though I'm your wife. What, now you're sorry and upset because you're about to lose me? Why? Because I make so much more money than you? Is Ashley starting to become a burden on you all of a sudden? But what are you gonna do? Because I have absolutely no remorse and I have no thoughts of living with you anymore. We don't have any kids and we don't share the money that we make with each other. We took care of our finances, so let's just sign the divorce papers and end it cleanly. I'll see you in court. I got divorced from Felix after everything that went down, and he couldn't do anything about the house being sold, so he had to move out and find a different place to stay. He couldn't convince his sister to go back to their parents for the moment, so he had to find a small house and pay rent monthly to live with his sister and her child. Ashley wouldn't do anything around the house, and she had a shopping addiction. So Felix ended up having to work 2 jobs and overwork himself. The expenses were becoming so unbearable that he stopped smoking and drinking to provide formula and diapers for the baby. Felix contacted me recently asking if I could help him out by letting him borrow money from me so that they could pay for the money that they owed while in court, but I wasn't buying any of it and just blocked him on my phone. He will never be able to get away from his sister and will probably end up taking care of her for the rest of his life. In a way, it's pitiful, but at the same time, he deserves it.
Babe, look what big news I've brought for you. Or really, it's big news for both of us.
What do you mean big news? All of a sudden? What do you have for me?
Ta-da! I wanted to surprise you with the news once you got back home from work, but I just couldn't bear to keep it to myself until then. I just had to tell you.
What? Wait, isn't that a picture of an ultrasound? Are you pregnant, Jocelyn?
After 4 years of trying to get pregnant, our prayers finally got answered. A little angel arrived for the both of us. How does it feel to be a soon-to-be father? Are you excited?
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't feel like it's actually happening. I'm happy, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like I'm gonna become a dad.
I know. It doesn't feel like this is actually happening to us right now. I can't believe it.
So, I'm just curious, but what are you gonna do about work now that you're pregnant?
I think I'm going to take a break from working until I give birth from here on out, just to make sure that I'm safe and healthy for the birth.
Oh, really?
It's still the very beginning of the pregnancy, so it isn't noticeable at all, but as time passes by, I'll probably get morning sickness. My belly is going to start to show and become heavier. I think that'll take a toll on me if I were to try and continue going to work. I don't think I have much of a choice about it, so I decided to just take a break until I give birth.
Oh, I see.
Huh? What's with your reaction? I thought that you would definitely agree with what I'm trying to do. What's going on?
Yeah, of course. You definitely should go on a break from working. I mean, you're pregnant. It'll only become harder for you to go to work the bigger the tummy gets. Are you gonna go back to work after having the baby, though?
I'll probably have to see what the situation is like after I give birth, but I'm thinking about going back to work once things get settled down a bit.
Alright, just take care of yourself and get the rest that you need until you give birth.
Are you worried that I might not go back to work even after I give birth?
No, not at all. I was just curious about what your plan was. Don't worry about what I said.
Okay, well, I guess I'll see you later at home. Drive safe. Mom, look at this. I'm sure you can tell what it is.
Oh, what's this? Isn't this an ultrasound, Jocelyn?
Yes, Mom. Finally, I got pregnant after being married for 4 years now. We've been praying and praying for a baby to come to William and I. I can't believe that I'm going to become a mom soon.
Wow, this is such a miracle. Congratulations, Jocelyn. I'm so proud of you. You must have gone through so much. The wait must have been dreadful. This is such great news. How many weeks has it been since you've gotten pregnant?
I was told that I'm on the 9th week. It's not even noticeable yet, though.
Jocelyn, just remember that the baby is still growing inside of your belly, even if you can't see it with your naked eyes at the moment. The first trimester is the most dangerous trimester. You need to be extra careful during this time.
Don't worry, Mom. I've been being extra cautious about everything that I've been doing. I won't let this angel get hurt because I should have paid better attention to myself.
What did you decide to do about your job? It's only going to get more difficult to go into work the more the time passes by.
About that, I've decided to take a break from it and gave the notice to the company today. Everybody at work congratulated me about the news. They told me to relax and take care.
All right. Don't worry about anything else except about being pregnant from now on. You need to make sure you take extra care of yourself, as well as watching out what you eat. Try to relax a bit.
Okay, Mom. I'll make sure to do everything that you've told me. I'm ready to just take it easy from now on.
I'll try to visit you sometime next week. How's William? Is he doing all right? It's been a minute since I've seen him or talked to him.
William has always been doing well, Mom. You'll see him when you come by next week. Oh, also, do you think you can make me some candied yams when you come by? I've been craving it so much. The ones that are specifically made by you. They just taste so good.
All right. I'll make so much of it that you'll almost not want to eat any more for the next few months. Just wait for me until next week comes by.
Thank you, Mom. I can't wait to see you next week. I love you and miss you. Hey, babe. Where are you right now?
I'm almost back home. What's up?
I'm on the way back home with Heather. I'm so sorry about this last-minute chore, but when you get home, can you get the chicken out from the oven for me?
Do you want me to do that?
Yes, please. The chicken's already cooked. I just wanted to make sure that it's kept warm until dinner time.
Are you kidding me? I've been working all day, all week, getting up early in the morning. I've been inhaling exhaust and getting my ears destroyed by the heavy machinery at the factory. And you want me to go home and do more chores for you?
William, you're acting as if I'm trying to make you spot clean the whole entire house or something. It's not even that difficult. I'm just asking you to do one thing. Just please take the chicken out of the oven that's already been cooked. What is so hard about doing that?
Yeah, it may be a simple task for you, but it's such a hard thing for me to do, thanks to me having to work every day. If it's that easy for you to do, how about you get home and do it yourself? It's not like you work or do anything around the house anyway.
What is going on with you? You never had a problem helping me out on things like this before. Do you realize how much you've changed ever since I've given birth to our daughter? You've been acting so weird about everything.
I might have helped you out here and there before, but it's not the same case anymore. I make all of the money by myself, and you don't even look like you're trying to get back to work. Do you even know how tired I am all the time? There's no way you know, because it's not like you do anything all day.
How am I supposed to go out and work when our daughter is only a few months old? She has to be at least around a year old for me to be able to go back to work like I used to.
Look, there are other women out there who are so concerned about their husbands working their butts off being the sole provider, that they hire babysitters and whatnot just so that they can go back to work and make money. You're just too lazy and used to not doing anything anymore that you aren't even trying to go back to work. You simply lack the will to go back to work now. If you did have the thought of going back, I bet you that you would have already made it back to work instead of sitting around in the house all day. If you really don't want to work that much, ask your mom for some money so that we can get some financial aid that way.
Why are you bringing up my mom in this situation? What does she have to do with any of this?
What do you mean why? Doesn't your family have a lot of money? I see them driving around in expensive cars and living in luxurious homes out in the city. Don't they just spit out money like it's nothing whenever you ask for some?
Just because you have a mouth doesn't mean that you can say whatever the hell you want to say. My family isn't even like that. They don't just give out money on the call. What do you even know about my family anyway?
Oh, is that so? You acted as if you had all the money in the whole entire world when we were getting married. But it seems like they're of no use when I actually need some help with it.
And when did I ever actually say anything about my family being rich or having a lot of money? I've never once said anything about them being rich. I feel like this has something to do with your insecurities.
I don't have any insecurities about anyone or anything. Actually, you know what? I feel like whenever I talk to you, you suck all the life out of me. I don't want to sit here and talk to you anymore. I'm not going to eat dinner and just go straight to bed. So don't even bother to ask me about it. Eat it by yourself if you want.
Fine. Don't eat it then.
Also, I'm warning you now, but don't let that kid cry all night when I'm trying to sleep.
How am I supposed to be able to control that? She's literally a crying newborn. If she doesn't cry, would that even make her a baby?
Oh my goodness, I'm telling you just to do whatever it takes to keep that kid quiet. The last thing I want to listen to after a long, exhausting day is a baby crying its head off. It seriously makes me want to leave the house.
Wow. I can't believe you. I don't have anything else to say to you anymore. Just go to sleep.
Hey, I've been meaning to keep this to myself, but it seems like you're stepping outside of your boundaries now. What's wrong with you?
What do you mean by that? What's going on?
What's going on? How can you dare ask me what's going on? Didn't you tell me that you're going to go straight back to work once you've had the baby? So why are you fiddling around and doing nothing instead of going back to work? I think you've had more than enough time to recover from the birth by now. What's the real reason why you haven't gone back to work already? You've extended your welcome with resting more than you should have.
Audrey, it hasn't even been half a year since I've had the baby. She cries all the time. How am I supposed to go out and work when she obviously needs me right now? She needs to be at least a year old before I can think about going back to work.
My goodness. Are you late with the trend nowadays? Don't you know? A lot of women these days tend to hire babysitters so they don't have to leave their poor husbands to make all the money and be the sole provider of the household. They feel so bad for making their husbands work all by themselves and try their best to get back to work. But look at you. It's as if you don't even care about your husband working his butt off all day, every single day.
Oh, I think that it's actually you who doesn't know how the world rolls nowadays. Even if I were to hire a babysitter, I've seen so many incidents of the babysitters abusing the baby while the parents are gone. You have no idea what these people can do to an innocent child these days. And I'm not trying to put up a security camera just to make sure that something like that doesn't happen to my daughter. I don't need to deal with drama like that in my life. Also, I don't want to have my child grow in someone else's hands. I'm the parent, so I want to raise her myself.
Okay, and if that's the case, can't you just ask your mom to take care of the child for you while you're gone for work?
I'm sorry, but if you think that my mom is sitting around doing nothing at the house, you're very wrong. She still goes to work. She's also not fit to watch a kid for that long. There's no way I'm trying to make her look after a child that cries every time something is needed. If I were to ask you to look after Heather, I know for sure that you would tell me no.
Well, isn't that obvious? Why would you want to make me look after a child? I'm old, and I need the rest. Also, I wouldn't have much of a problem if the baby was a boy, but it turns out that you gave birth to a girl. I don't really have that much attachment to her anyway.
See? Look, you didn't even hesitate to tell me that you wouldn't take care of Heather, listing all these excuses, but somehow you expect my mom to take care of her, knowing she's as old as you. Once Heather grows up a little more, I'll be going back to work. My boss already told me that they'll be giving me plenty of time to recover even after having the baby. So I would appreciate it if you would stop nagging me about it.
How am I supposed to wait any more longer, not knowing when you'll go back to work? Am I supposed to just sit here looking dumb and sucking my thumb until you go back to work?
What do you mean by that?
Are you asking me because you really don't know, or acting dumb because you don't want to talk about it?
I'm actually confused about what you're trying to tell me. What do you mean?
William makes about $3,000 a month, but you used to make around $5,000 a month. So with that, you would give me $1,500 each month so that I have something to live off of. But now that you've quit working, I haven't been getting that. Now I'm sitting here struggling to live off of whatever I have left in my bank. If you really don't have the want to work right now, you should at least go ask your family for some money to spare. I heard that your family has a lot of money.
Have you ever heard of the phrase, like mother, like son?
What about it? Why are you bringing that all of a sudden?
You and William are exactly alike to each other. I'm genuinely surprised at how similar two human beings can be to each other. You two literally regurgitate what's been said by the other person, word for word.
What are you even trying to say here? Stop being so weird. Thinking about this from a financial perspective, if you've been providing me with a budget of money to live off of, shouldn't you at least try to keep up with that, what you've been giving to me? I mean, you could find some other way to make money somehow.
Honestly, I think that it's you two that are the weird ones here. Even if my parents have a lot of money, there's no real reason why I should be giving you money. Nobody's forcing me to give you my money. Which makes it so that even if I were to be working and making money right now, there's no legal obligation for me to provide you financially. Is that not true?
Oh heavens, what has gotten into you? Before you got married, you couldn't speak a word of disrespect. But now, you've gotten used to us. You want to be all disrespectful, don't you? If you're going to keep up with this attitude, I don't want you as my daughter-in-law. Get divorced to my son.
Oh, did you just say divorce? That actually sounds like a great idea right now, Miss Audrey. I'll think about it. Wow, what an astonishing achievement that you've made, William. You've done so well that I would like to even give you a round of applause.
Jocelyn, what are you doing right now?
Why? What are you going to do with that information? Oh, are you just going to go ahead and put your hands on me again because you want money from me? I'm not going to tell you where I'm at. There's no reason for you to know where I am, and it's none of your business now.
What are you even talking about? How are you gonna lie and claim that I've put my hands on you?
Oh, look at you. So you're going to deny the fact that you've literally hit me? You've purposely targeted the parts of my body that can't be seen when I'm wearing clothes and beat me. Did you really think that I'd keep quiet about this like an idiot? William, this is the reason why everyone calls you an idiot. You've been working at the same place for years, but haven't been promoted, not even once. It just proves that you're incompetent and a loser.
Not only did you go through my son's phone, but you really dared to say such horrible things to him too. Stop being so disrespectful, Jocelyn. What's going on with you right now?
Oh, trust me, I didn't go through William's phone. It just conveniently came up when I was looking for evidence for the divorce. It was quite coincidental, in fact. It must have drove you nuts to stop getting my money, didn't it? You try to take advantage of your daughter-in-law because her family has a lot of money. But it didn't quite work out the way that you wanted it to, so you were getting frustrated. Even though you're old, there's nothing wrong with your health. but you refuse to work just because of the fact that you don't want to work for the money yourself. You just wanted to lay back and relax while I brought in all the money. Is this not what's been going on? How pitiful. But the world doesn't revolve around you.
What did you just say to me? Rhonda, how did you raise Jocelyn? Do you not see the way that she's talking to an elderly? What is the situation that's going on right now?
Oh, I know. Didn't I do a great job at teaching her how to talk to people? I've taught her that she doesn't need to be all nice and polite to people like you.
What did you just say?
I knew something wasn't right about your family when I heard that Jocelyn wasn't going to get married to William. But I had no idea that you two were taking it this far with taking advantage of another person. Even if it may be true that our household has a lot of money, that doesn't mean that we like to just throw out money like it's a discount coupon. We're not ATMs. You should have thought about all of this before acting out.
Okay, cool. Let's just forget about my mom receiving her $1,500. Just answer this one for me, Jocelyn. Are you really going to divorce me?
Why shouldn't I be able to divorce you? You think I have some leftover feelings for you or something, William?
Are you really okay with what you're about to do with your life? I don't think you really understand what you're about to do.
Oh, I don't really care about that. It's not like you make a lot of money anyway. Plus, you have a bunch of debt with a huge amount of interest attached to your name right now. I would rather not live miserably trying to repay all of that when it wasn't even me who did it. And honestly, that's more than enough reason for me to divorce you. What are you gonna do now? Even if you ask me for more money now, I'm not your human ATM anymore.
Are you being serious? You'll regret this, Jocelyn.
Do you think I'm out of my mind? Don't worry, I won't regret a thing about you. Let's just end our marriage here and call it a day.
Just get the divorce with her, William. Jocelyn, you may be mistaken, but don't act as if William is incompetent. He'll find a much better wife than you soon enough. There's one last thing that I want to say to you, Jocelyn. Don't live your life like that.
Thanks for the advice, but I want you to know something before you give other people advice like that. You should live a successful life yourself before telling other people what to do and what not to do. Please take a look back at yourselves first, and then have the audacity to be nosy about how other people should live their lives.
Hey, it's me, William. How have you been, Jocelyn?
Wow, look who it is. It's the guy that claimed that he'll find another woman that's better off than I am. I wonder what you texted me for. What do you want?
Jocelyn, I want to ask you for something. Can you please help me out? It's been such a struggle making money and paying for bills.
What are you even talking about right now?
After I got divorced to you, I started paying alimony like I was ordered to, so I really don't have any more money. The house that we used to live in when we were married was in your name, so you obviously took that. My mom and I didn't have a choice, and so we moved into a 2-bedroom apartment. It's been so difficult to even pay for the rent. On top of that, I still have the loan that I need to pay for. I know that it's shameful for me to be asking you this, but could you please help us out this one time? I regret the way that I acted back then.
Wow, you've reached a new kind of low, William. I'm sorry, but it's too late now. Even if you did contact me sooner, I'm not crazy enough to be giving out money to someone like you. I won't ever forgive you for what you've done either. I really don't understand you. Why did you get such a big loan when you don't even have the ability to pay it off? If you're struggling that much, just go ahead and go bankrupt. Or you could just ask for one of those consumer proposals. Don't come around here to me trying to rip some money off of me, like I have any pity left for you. Wow, it really was the best choice I've made back then to get divorced to you. Now I can really tell.
Are you really gonna be heartless like this? Please, Jocelyn, think about the memories that we've made with each other.
I don't care about these memories or whatever you're talking about. Please stop embarrassing yourself and leave me alone. I'll make sure to continue on and support you from afar so that you can go on and live that low life of yours. Good. My ex and his in-laws were only seeing me as a human ATM even before we got married to each other. After I found out about that, I came to the conclusion that I won't be able to live with someone like him. I received a whole bunch of alimony from him, and I was able to take custody of Heather too. After about 2 years have passed by, he texted me again. The first thing that he told me was that he needed some help because he was having a hard time paying off loans and even with bills and rent. He talked about our memories that we made together, trying to make me feel bad for the state that he was in. It was so pathetic that he would resort into himself, trying to draw pity out of me with cheap small talk. At that moment, I realized that the best thing I've done in my life was that I got divorced from him. A little while after we got divorced, I was able to go back and work where I used to work. I got promoted soon enough, and it was obvious that I was successfully opening up my path as a career woman. Although I'm a single mom, I want to be a proud mom for Heather and give her everything that she may need in her life. From now on, our little family should be able to live a happier life.